Indigo sky swept clear of fleecy clouds, gaunt trees infinitely extended, their black bows gesticulating like a sleepwalker. Somber, spectral trees, their trunks pale as cigar ash, a silence supreme and altogether European. Shutters drawn, shops barred, a red glow here and there to mark a tryst. Rest the facades, almost forbidding, immaculate except for the splotches of shadow cast by the trees. Passing the orangery, I am reminded of another Paris, the Paris of Maugham, of Gauguin, Paris of George Moore. I think of that terrible Spaniard who was then startling the world with his acrobatic leaps from style to style. I think of Spengler and his terrible pronunciamentos, and I wonder if style in the grand manner, is done for. I say that my mind is occupied by these thoughts, but it is not true. It is only later, after I've crossed the scene, after I've put behind me the carnival of lights, that I allow my mind to play with these ideas. For the moment, I can think of nothing, except that I am a sentient being stabbed by the miracle of these waters that reflect a forgotten world. All along the banks, the trees lean heavily over the tarnished mirror. When the wind fills them with a rustling murmur, they will shed a few tears and shiver as the water swirls by. I am suffocated by it. No one to whom I can communicate even a fraction of my feelings. The word in your mouth is anarchy. Say it. I am waiting for it. Nobody knows when we shake hands, the rivers that pour through our sweat. Whilst you are framing your words, your lips half parted, the saliva gurgling in your cheeks, I've jumped halfway across Asia. Were I to take your cane, mediocre as it is, and poked a little hole in your side, I could collect enough material to fill the British Museum. We stand on 5 minutes and devour centuries. You are the sieve through which my anarchy strains, resolves itself into words. Behind the word is chaos, each word a stripe, a bar. But there are not, and never will be, enough bars to make the mesh. There is only one thing that interests me vitally now, and that is the recording of all that which is omitted in books. Nobody, so far as I can see, is making use of the elements in the air which gives us direction and motivation to our lives. Only the killers seem to be extracting some satisfactory measure of what they are putting into it. We are living a million lives in the space of a generation. It is a little after daybreak. We pack hurriedly and sneak out of the hotel. The cafes are still closed. We walk, and as we walk, we scratch ourselves. The day opens in milky whiteness, streaks of salmon, pink sky, snails leaving their shells. Paris. Paris. Everything happens here. Old, crumbling walls and the pleasant sound of water running in the urinals, men licking their mustaches at the bar, shutters going up with a bang and little streams purling in the gutters. Which way will we go, and why, or where, or what? When I sit down to eat, I always sit near the window. I am afraid to sit on the other side of the table. It is too close to the bed, and the bed is crawling. I can see bloodstains on the gray sheets if I look that way, but I try not to look that way. At midnight, after the spectators have saturated the hall with perspiration and foul breaths, I return to sleep on a bench. The exit light, swimming in a halo of tobacco smoke, sheds a faint light on the lower corner of the asbestos curtain. I close my eyes every night on an artificial eye. Standing in the courtyard with a glass eye, only half the world is intelligible. The stones are wet and mossy, and in the crevices are black toads. A big door bars the entrance to the cellar. The steps are slippery and soiled with bat dung. The door bulges and sags, the hinges are falling off, but there is an enameled sign on it, in perfect condition, which says, "Be sure to close the door." Why close the door? I can't make it out. I look again at the sign, but it is removed. In its place there is a pane of colored glass. I take out my artificial eye, spit on it, and polish it with my handkerchief. A woman is sitting on a dais above an immense carven desk. She has a snake around her neck.
The entire room is lined with books and strange fish swimming in colored globes. There are maps and charts on the wall, maps of Paris before the plague, maps of the antique world, of Knossos and Carthage, of Carthage before and after the Salting. In the corner of the room I see an iron bedstead, and on it a corpse is lying. The woman gets up warily, removes the corpse from the bed, and absent-mindedly throws it out the window. She returns to the huge carven desk, takes a goldfish from the bowl, and swallows it. Slowly the room begins to resolve, and one by one the continents slide into the sea. Only the woman is left, but her body is a mass of geography. I lean out the window, and the Eiffel Tower is fizzing champagne. It is built entirely of numbers and shrouded in black lace. The sewers are gurgling furiously. There are nothing but roofs everywhere, laid out with execrable, geometric cunning. I've been ejected from the world like a cartridge. A deep fog has settled down, and the earth is smeared with frozen grease. I can feel the city palpitating, as if it were a heart just removed from a warm body. The windows of my hotel are festering, and there is a thick, acrid stench as of chemicals burning. Looking out into the scene, I see mud and desolation, street lamps drowning, men and women choking to death, the bridges covered with houses, slaughterhouses of love. A man is standing against a wall with an accordion strapped to his belly. His hands are cut off at the wrists, but the accordion rides between his stumps like a sack of snakes. The universe has dwindled. It is only a block long, and there are no stars, no trees, no rivers. The people who live here are dead. They make chairs which other people sit on in their dreams. In the middle of the street is a wheel, and in the hub of the wheel, a gallows is fixed. People are dead, already dead, and they are trying frantically to mount the gallows, but the wheel is turning too fast. Something was needed to put me right with myself. Last night I discovered it. It doesn't matter to me whether he's a chauvinist, a little Christer, or a nearsighted pedant. As a failure, he's marvelous. I am a free man, and I need my freedom. I need to be alone. I need to ponder my shame and my despair in seclusion. I need the sunshine and the paving stones of the streets without companions, without conversation, face to face with myself, with only the music of my heart for company. What do you want of me? When I have something to say, I put it in print. When I have something to give, I give it. Your prying curiosity turns my stomach. Your compliments humiliate me. Your tea poisons me. I have nothing to give to anyone.